أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum dear viewers of Jamil TV. Welcome. We are studying the commentary of Surah Triple One Almasad. In the last episode, we have covered the period of revelation and its background, what necessitated its revelation. This surah was revealed as a counterattack against Abu Lahab's and his wife's hostile campaign against the Holy Prophet Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah took it upon himself to say the final word on behalf of his messenger Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Doomed are the hands of Abu Lahab, doomed is he. Verse 1. The Arabic term tabba, rendered here as doomed, also signifies failures and cutting off. The term is used twice in two different senses. It is used first as a prayer, while in the second instance it is used as that the prayer has been already answered. So, in one short verse, an action is realized which draws the curtains upon a battle scene. What later follows is merely a description of what took place with the remark that his wealth and his gains shall avail him nothing. Verse 2. He can have no escape, he is defeated, vanquished, and damned. This was his fate in this world, but in the hereafter he shall have to endure a flaming fire. Verse 3. The fire is described as having flames in order to emphasize that it is raging. And his wife, the carrier of firewood, will reside there with him, having a rope of palm fiber around her neck, with which, as it were, she is being dragged into hell, or which she used for fastening wood bundles together, according to whether a literal or metaphorical interpretation of the text is adopted. The language of this surah achieves remarkable harmony between the subject matter and the atmosphere built around it. Abu Lahab will be plunged into a fire with lahab, which is the Arabic for flame, and his wife, who carries the wood, a fuel, will be met with the same fire with a palm fiber rope around her neck. Hell, with its fiercely burning lahab or flames, will be inhabited by Abu Lahab. At the same time, his wife, who collects thorns and sharp wood, material which can significantly increase the blaze of a fire, puts them all in the Prophet's way. Hence, she will in time be dragged into hell with a rope tied around her neck, bundled like firewood. How perfectly matched are the words and the pictures portrayed. The punishment is presented as being of the same nature as the deed: wood, ropes, fire, and lahab. Phonetically, the words are arranged in a way which provides wonderful harmony between the sounds made by the tying of wood into bundles and pulling the neck by ropes. Read in Arabic the opening verse. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. You will not fail to note that it sounds like a hard, sharp tug, analogous to that of bundles of wood or an unwilling person being dragged by the neck into a wildfire. All is in phase with the fury and violent bellicose tone that goes with the theme of the surah. Thus, in five short verses, making up one of the shortest surah in the Quran, the vocal melodies click neatly with the actual movement of the scene portrayed. This extremely and powerful style led Jamil to claim that the Prophet ﷺ was in fact satirizing her and her husband. This arrogant and vain woman could not get over being referred to by such a humiliating phrase as the carrier of firewood, who shall have a rope of palm fiber around her neck. Her rage grew wilder when the surah became popular among the Arab tribes, who greatly appreciated such fine literary style. Ibn Ishaq related, Jamil, I was told, having heard what the Quran said about her and her husband, came to the Prophet ﷺ, who was with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu at the Kaaba. She was carrying a handful of stones. Allah took her sight away from the Prophet ﷺ, and she saw only Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, to whom she said, "Where is your comrade? I have heard that he has been satirizing me. Were I to find him, I would throw these stones right into his face. I too am gifted in poetry." Then she chanted before leaving, "The contemptible we obey not, nor what he says shall we accept." Abu Bakr turned around to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and said, "Do you think that she saw you?" "No," replied the Prophet ﷺ, "Allah made her unable to see me." Al-Bazar relates on Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu's authority that when this surah was revealed, Abu Lahab's wife sought the Prophet ﷺ. While he was with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, she appeared. Abu Bakr suggested to the Prophet ﷺ, "She will not harm you if you move out of her sight." "Don't worry," said the Prophet ﷺ in a soothing manner. "She will not see me." She came to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and, "Your friend has lampooned us. By the Lord of this Kaaba, he has not." Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu assured her, "He is no poet, and what he says is not poetry," he added. She said, "I believe you," and then left. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu then inquired from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam whether she had seen him, and he said, "No, an angel was shielding me all the time she was here." So much was her fury and her indignation at what she thought was poetry, and which Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu rightly refuted. Thus, the humiliating picture of Abu Lahab and his wife has been recorded to last forever in this eternal book, the Quran, to show Allah's anger with them for their animosity towards His Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and message. All those who choose to take a similar attitude towards Islam therefore will meet with